What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and I'm here today to talk about The Walking Dead's final season, Episode 2. Now, yesterday, we talked about Telltale Games again, and we talked about if we should get a refund for The Walking Dead's final season. And a couple days ago, back when they first announced that Telltale Games was closing, I made a video just discussing my overall reaction and impressions to what happened there. Now, I want to talk about Walking Dead in particular. I want to talk about Episode 2, because Tyler made a good point, and I actually saw this in a couple comments and throughout Twitter, and it got me thinking and agreeing with it too, is why are we even getting an Episode 2? Should we even get it? Should we even buy it? Now, I have a season pass, and again, in yesterday's video, we talked about people with season passes. I would have gotten all 4 episodes, so I'm getting Episode 2 because, I already paid for it, so I'm just going to receive it. But the people that are buying the individual episodes, there is next to no reason at all to buy Episode 2. There's zero reason to buy it standalone. And firstly, I think that if Telltale or whoever, their partners, their board members, if any of them think that this game is going to sell well, this episode is going to sell well, they're on some high drug, because I think this episode is going to crash and burn. I'm looking forward to it. Like, I still want to play it. I'm excited for it, and I want to live stream it. I'm going to make one more video talking about what I think The Walking Dead, how it would have ended, and maybe we've already gotten that in like a press release, because I'm recording this a couple days early, but I want to make that video too, and that video is coming out in a couple days. But for the people that have, again, for the people that are buying this in single episode, which people do, I talked about in yesterday's video, The Walking Dead's first season, when I was a little iffy on Telltale, I bought individual episodes. Now, since then, I have bought, every single game season pass. But somebody like, say, Tyler buys the individual episodes separately. And I'm sure there's many people out there that buy the episodes separately. So in that case, there's zero reason to buy Episode 2. But in another way, why is Telltale even releasing Episode 2? Like, it's not really, it's different from, it's not like it's like a band breaking up, and we know that they're breaking up, and they know they're breaking up, but they're going to, give us this one last piece of music and saying, this is our farewell kind of thing. It's not really like that, because Episode 2 doesn't reflect the fact that they're closing. They didn't know that they were closing, I assume. I assume that Episode 2 doesn't know that The Walking Dead is going to end on Episode 2. I assume it's going to set up an Episode 3. I assume it's going to set up a bigger overarching storyline that's going to continue over the next 2 episodes that we are no longer going to get. So the episode is unaware of itself that it's the final episode, and in which case it's honestly seems like they're teasing. And I do agree with this, because yes, I want to play the episode. I'm still going to live stream it, but at the same time, it feels like Telltale is making fun of us and poking at us, being like, well, we got this done. We failed, and we don't know how to manage our money or our assets, so we closed. We're going for bankruptcy here. But here's Episode 2 because we have it done. In a way, you could buy it to support the developers and the actual people that made it, and I do think that's a valid reason, because people work very hard on games, just any game whatsoever, and this is no different. People work hard on this, and there's very talented people at Telltale. So there's that, but I think from a business point of view and a money point of view, they're just doing it for money. They know they're going to make a little bit of money off of this. If they didn't think that, they wouldn't have this episode released. But again, it just seems so weird that you're going to release Episode 2, but that's it. You're never going to get a 3. You're never going to get a 4. Is another studio going to save it? I doubt it. It's just going to end on a cliffhanger. Maybe by the time I'm recording this, maybe they've released an official thing. I'm hoping that over the next couple of weeks, a person, maybe a lead writer or somebody, comes out and says, this was our plan. We didn't release the episodes, but Clementine was going to die in Episode 4. I want to hear that. I want to see an article about that says, this is what we were planning. This is what Episode 3 was going to be about, and this is what Episode 4 was going to be about. I want to see that. And I think that is how you earn, not really trust back, because it doesn't matter because they're closing, but I think that's how you earn respect, that here's what we were planning. We're not under contract, that it's not like we can't tell you. It's not like we're being gagged. We can tell you what was going to happen. That's the kind of stuff I would like to see and hear, not necessarily giving us Episode 2 and then just shutting down and being like, well, you never get episode 3 and 4. You know, in an alternate world, I would like to see episode 2 come out, and maybe at the end of episode 2 through like an add-on or something, but there's nobody to make these things. Maybe say, even like a long script kind of thing where you could read it on the game, like this was what we were going to do with Clementine. Maybe Melissa Hutchinson, the person who is Clementine, maybe she could do it. You know, maybe she could go on Twitter and say, hey, I had recorded episodes 3 and 4, or I had the script for 3 and 4, and this was what's going to happen. Now, I'm going to be talking about what I personally think they were going to do in the next video I make on Telltale, but in terms of should they even release an episode 2, I'm very on the fence because there are reasons. Again, there's reasons to buy it, to respect the developers who did it. I don't think it's going to be a bad episode. I think episode 2 is actually going to be really good. I loved episode 1. I thought it was back on track to being one of the better episodic games out there. That's what sucks so bad about it, is I bet you episode 2 is going to be really good. And I bet you this season would have probably been the second best, only below season 1. So I feel like they were definitely doing some good things here. So it's not like you're buying a bad product. It's just that you're buying something that really has no future. It'd be like almost going into Justice League, the movie Justice League, and knowing full well like DC shutting down everybody, is like there's no movie after this, but we're going to set up future stuff and future characters. Now, you know, we're not going to go into that because DC has in a way kind of done all that stuff, but that's honestly what it's like. And so why would you support that product? I don't see why you would. People who have the season pass like me were kind of stuck supporting it because I bought the season pass. But people who buy the individual episodes, I don't see a reason why they would ever buy episode 2. I think that's just crazy if they did. But that's my opinion. Let me know in the comments below, guys. What do you think about this? Should we even get episode 2 tomorrow? I'll be live streaming it tomorrow night on this YouTube channel. So come around, check us out. We'll be playing that live. We'll see if it's good, and I'm sure I'll talk all about Telltale throughout it. So you could definitely do that. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Podcast Now. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you on the next video.